When you think of a man in a tuxedo, there's only one man that comes to mind: James Bond. Across 6 decades and multiple actors, 007 has given us some of the most iconic black tie looks in cinema history, from Connery all the way to Craig. So in this video, I thought it would be fun to count down my top 8 most iconic Bond dinner suits of all time in ranked order. This list is a mix of my personal favorites and objectively legendary looks, and I've tried to include an iconic look from every actor. For each one, I'll break down the scene in which it appears, the tailoring details, and what makes it special so that you can steal the look for your own black tie events. This should be a fun one, so let's dive into it. But before we do, I'm Nick and welcome to my channel where I discuss Gents style and lifestyle. I make videos on a wide variety of topics on how to dress well and how to live well. So if that interests you, then click subscribe. Starting off my list at number 8 is Timothy Dalton with one of the most clever tuxedo moments in the whole series in The Living Daylights. We see it at the Bratislava concert when Bond is sent to oversee General Koskov's defection. He turns up in full black tie, a black single button shawl collar dinner suit with no vent, jetted pockets, and a classic pleated front white shirt and black bow tie. Saunders, who's the section head that he's with, initially snaps at him with the great line, "This is a mission, not a fancy dress ball."
This is a mission, not a fancy dress ball.
But what makes this tux special, and one of the reasons why I added it to this list, is what happens next. When Bond moves into his sniper position, he simply flips up the shawl collar and fastens a hidden Velcro tab across his neck, blacking out the white shirt so that he disappears into the dark. In true Bond fashion, the suit converts from elegant evening wear into tactical gear. Style-wise, it's a nice callback to Connery's 1960s shawl collar tuxes, but it has a colder, more practical Dalton edge. Timothy Dalton didn't just wear multiple tuxedos throughout his time as Bond. He wore multiple in this film, but this one is the first and by far the best, and that's why it's number 8 on my list. At number 7, we have an underrated look, and that is Pierce Brosnan's 3-piece tuxedo in Tomorrow Never Dies. We see this look at media mogul Elliot Carver's launch party in Hamburg. Like always, Bond arrives looking like he completely owns the place, and the suit really leans into that energy. It's a midnight blue 3-piece dinner suit cut by Brioni with a single-breasted jacket, sharp peak lapels, and a beautifully low-cut waistcoat underneath. It's paired with a crisp white evening shirt, black bow tie, and classic black trousers. What makes this tux so special and why I included it on this list is the waistcoat. Most Bond black tie looks are either a simple one-button jacket with no waist covering, or more rarely, he wears a cummerbund. The waistcoat is a nice addition and it adds that extra layer of polish. It's a total power move by Bond and it goes well in this scene given that Bond is flirting with Carver's wife at his own event and she's a past lover of his.
Tell me, James, do you still sleep with a gun under your pillow?
Now, if you want to steal this look today, a 3-piece tux is perfect for winter balls, galas, New Year's, or any event where you want to dress a notch above everyone else. Just keep it simple, midnight blue, peak lapels, a low-cut waistcoat, and let the fit do all the talking. At number 6 on my list, we have one of my favorite modern Bond looks, and that is Daniel Craig's ivory dinner jacket in Spectre. We see this as Madeleine Swan and Bond are having dinner as they travel by train through Morocco. And then Bond proceeds to completely destroy the train carriage in one of the best fight scenes of the Craig era. Style-wise, it's a 2-button ivory dinner jacket with structured shoulders, peak lapels, and a slim shape. It's worn with a white evening shirt, black trousers, black bow tie, and a bold red carnation in the lapel. It's a very deliberate callback to Connery and Goldfinger, but with a modern Tom Ford edge. I've included it on this list because it's the first time after a 30-year gap that James Bond finally wears an ivory dinner jacket again. So why is it only at 6? Because as iconic as it is, some of the details are off, like the 2-button front and the single vent, which you typically wouldn't do on a dinner jacket. If you do want to copy this look, pick up an ivory dinner jacket as your 2nd or 3rd dinner jacket. It's perfect for warm weather events like summer weddings, resort evenings, or warm weather galas. For my choice at number 5, we're going to the 1970s with Roger Moore in The Spy Who Loved Me and his iconic double-breasted dinner jacket. We see this look in the evening scenes where Bond is moving through Egypt. The tux itself is midnight blue, double-breasted, with wide peak lapels, a clean chest, and flared trousers that were quintessential to Moore's look. It was designed by Angelo Roma in a classic Roman silhouette. What I like about this look, and the reason why it sits at number 5 on my list, is that it's still a recognizably Bond tuxedo look with its simple shirt, black bow tie, no crazy accessories. But the addition of the double-breasted cut and flared trousers adds this extra level of style that fits perfectly into the Moore era Bond. In fact, this is the first time that Bond wears a double-breasted midnight blue tuxedo in the franchise. If you want to pull inspiration from this outfit, I'd treat the double-breasted tux as your second black tie dinner suit. Keep it dark midnight, keep the lapels fairly wide, and keep your shirt and accessories simple. At number 4 on my list, we're going straight to one of the most famous tuxedo moments in cinema history, Sean Connery's white dinner jacket in Goldfinger. We see this look in the pre-title sequence. Bond walks into a Latin nightclub wearing an ivory dinner jacket and a red carnation, moments before he blows up a drug lab and then just strolls away. It's peak early 1960s Bond. The jacket itself is simple, an ivory tropical wool dinner jacket with peak lapels, a clean ventless back, and jetted pockets, worn with black trousers, a black bow tie, and a bold red carnation in the buttonhole. This look ranks so high on my list because it introduced the ivory dinner jacket to the Bond franchise. Every later ivory dinner jacket is just living in the shadow of this one, including Craig's Inspector. Like I said with the Spectre dinner jacket, this shouldn't be your first, and it's only for warm weather black tie events. Moving on to number 3 now, and we have peak Brosnan elegance, his tuxedo in The World Is Not Enough. We see this during the iconic scene at the casino where Bond is wearing his X-ray glasses. He roughs up one of the henchmen and then, in perfect Bond fashion, drinks a martini. The suit is a single-button midnight blue dinner jacket by Brioni with peak lapels and clean jetted pockets. The cloth has a subtle mohair sheen, so under the casino lights, it looks jet black. It's paired with a white evening shirt from Turnbull and Asser, mother of pearl studs, a black silk bow tie, and of course, the iconic blue X-ray glasses. Why is this one so high on my list? A few reasons. Number 1, out of all the Bonds, Brosnan just looks the best in a tux, in my opinion. 2, this scene is just an iconic scene. And 3, this is a tuxedo that most men could actually own and wear. It's not novelty, it's not costumey, it's just well executed, it's modern, but classic formal wear. At number 2 on my list, we have the modern classic tuxedo, Daniel Craig's midnight blue Tom Ford tux in Skyfall. You first see it properly as 007 steps off the boat and walks through the casino with the dragon lanterns glowing behind him. It's a midnight navy dinner jacket with a single button closure, narrow shoulders, and black satin shawl lapels. The trousers are high enough to sit properly at the waist, and they are held up with white suspenders. Bond wears a slim bow tie, and in a rare occurrence, a cummerbund as well. So why is this one at number 2 on my list? Because for a whole generation, this became the image of a Bond tux. It's the 2012 50th anniversary successor to Connery's Dr. No look, and it was all over movie posters everywhere. I can even remember trying to copy this look for a black tie gala back in 2015. There are a couple things on this tuxedo that can be improved, so if you do want this Bond tux, go for a midnight blue dinner suit with a shawl collar, 1 button, 2 or no vents, and traditional fit pants with suspenders. While this one sits at number 2 on my list, this one is my personal favorite. I placed it at number 2 because number 1 is just even more iconic. And speaking of, at number 1, it had to be this, Sean Connery's midnight blue tuxedo in Dr. No. We first see it during the casino scene where Bond lights a cigarette, looks up and says, "Bond, James Bond," for the very first time.
Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
The line is iconic, but the suit is just as iconic. It's a midnight blue wool mohair dinner suit, cut single-breasted with 1 button and a smooth satin shawl collar. The jacket is unique in that it has turnback or gauntlet cuffs. The trousers are high-waisted and pleated, and it's paired with a white dress shirt with a pleated front, a neat batwing bow tie, and a simple white pocket square. This one secured the top spot because this is the iconic Bond suit. It introduces the tuxedo to the franchise, and it's the suit that Bond wears to quite literally introduce himself when he offers up the iconic Bond line. If you only copy one look from this entire countdown, make it this one. Midnight blue, single button, shawl lapels, clean white shirt, minimal accessories, and a great tailor. That's the Bond formula for a truly timeless tuxedo. Gents, that's my list of the most iconic Bond black tie looks of all time. Black tie is a great dress code, and I truly wish we had more opportunity to wear it. Give the video a like if you found it interesting, and let me know in the comments below, what are your top 3 Bond tuxedos? Thanks for watching.